Well, I think I should have been a bit more fashionable for tonight, Vanessa. Actually, when I've seen the models walking by, I'm feeling a bit self-conscious. But that's right, tonight is all about fashion, and the renowned designer Ronit Zilkha, who is also a visiting professor here at the University of West London, is going to be here looking after all of the graduates who will be doing their thing on the catwalk this evening. She's going to be overseeing the work that they're doing. Some of them have already got jobs at Dior and Ted Baker, which I'm sure you'll agree is not a bad place to start. And as you say, it's all about the summer showcase. It's been going on all week and all weekend. And it's not just fashion. There'll be musical performances, film screenings of original films by the students here, art exhibitions, which you can probably see behind me. So it's a great opportunity for them to showcase their work. Well, I'm joined now by Damian Chapman, who is from the design team here at the university and the school. Hi, Damian. It's an incredible opportunity for them this whole week showcasing what they can do.
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. We've got musicians, we've got artists, we've got designers, we've got visiting speakers, we've got film. It's the culmination of 3 years for these students. And apart from the fact that everybody's very excited that this is it, this is the time that they can show their work, it's great for the staff and the people that work here as well. So it's a very special week for everybody.
Now, obviously, Ronit Zilkha, who is a really well-respected fashion designer, has been part of the course. Tell us a bit about her role here at the university.
Well, she's here to inspire people, and she has an amazing presence. She comes in, she works with people, but she has enormous industry knowledge. So bringing that to students, being able to impart simple things. A lot of people complicate ideas. She brings that back to the core qualities, great concepts. And she's an amazing influence when she walks into the studio. And they're very powerful things to have in a professor, in a lecturer here at the university.
Of course, fashion design, notably such a hard industry to get into. Do you have any advice or tips, for these graduates, but also for people at home who may be thinking of embarking on a career?
Well, I have a few obvious tips. One is to be able to get on with people and network well, to have an absolute passion for creativity and the field itself, obviously. I mean, fashion is about design. It's about an awful lot of things concerned with identity. It's many things to many people, but it's a very exciting industry, and you have to know how to work hard and deal with the long hours. But I think you also need to know how to party well and mix with the kind of people that promote your kind of creativity to the right kind of audiences.
And have you been particularly impressed with what's come out from the students this year?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm so proud. We've got some amazing dresses, we've got some amazing styles, we've got beautiful uses of different kinds of fabric and knit. We have amazing qualities in print. Yeah, I'm incredibly proud of what's happened this year. We've got to choose, which is difficult, 6 finalists to go into a final show tomorrow, and that's going to be so difficult, probably more difficult than I've seen in recent years.
Well, we look forward to it, Damian Chapman, thanks very much for speaking to us this evening. We will be bringing you some of that fashion and some of those fashion students a bit later on, probably about 6:30, a bit later on in the show. And if you want to come and have a look at what's going on here at the university, they have an open house this weekend. That's from 12 until 3. You're too kind, Vanessa. Well, that's right. Tonight is all about fashion. You can see the catwalk behind me, which a little bit later on in the evening, the models will be strutting their stuff, and all designed by students here at the University of West London. They also have a particularly great visiting professor here, renowned designer Ronit Zilkha, who has been working with them over the past 3 years. I think she's been here actually for the past year, I should say, working with them, checking their designs, giving them that moral support they need. And they'll certainly be needing that tonight. A lot of them very nervous here as their designs take to the catwalk for the first time. But I'm joined by one of the graduate designers, Eliziane, tonight. How excited are you that your dresses are going to be going down that runway very soon?
Well, we are shaking. We are very, very excited. Finally, the day has come, and we really wanted to get through it because it's actually a glory day to all of us today. Yeah.
And tell us about your design here. You have the lovely model Maria modelling for us. Tell us about it.
Well, this is my second outfit that will be on the catwalk soon. And basically it was all about the savoir-faire. It was all about the dream and 50s and all about couture. Actually, my collection is all inspired by haute couture and this dream effect that it got.
Any particular designers or inspiration for it?
Well, silhouettes, talking about silhouettes of my collection, definitely Dior 1947, the new look. There was a boom in couture in that time, and definitely it was one of my key elements to go through silhouettes and go over.
Now, some of the fabric here you can see was actually cut by a laser. Tell us about that.
Well, I wanted to give this kind of fusion between the past and the future, and why not laser cut, which is quite, very upfront right now, and with digital prints as well, but with this dream and beautiful silhouette and elegance.
And we just have to have a quick look at the shoes as well. They are fantastic. I really need a pair of those for this weekend. Now, obviously, you have Ronit Zilkha, amazing designer working with you. What's that been like?
Well, I can say without Ronit, we won't make it. She was extremely positive. She really brought to us everything that we really need. I'm grateful as everything in my life that I could do it to reply to her will be amazing, because she was definitely the key element of all of us. Without her, there would be no fashion show. She was amazing.
And what's the future for you? Obviously, it's a very tough industry. How are you hoping to progress after today?
Well, first of all, I really want to get an internship on a couture house. Is where I wanted to work for all my life. I really wanted to focus on couture. So yes, internships to get lots of experience, get to know more about the industry, and yeah, let's see.
And any tips for people who may be wanting to get also into the design fashion world as well?
Well, definitely never give up on your dreams, and never get a no answer as a no. Go for it. You can do it. It's very difficult. It's very tough. You don't sleep many days, but in the end, it's all worth it. So, yes, never give up. Never.
How are you going to be feeling when the catwalk starts up later today?
I'll be so smiley. I'm so happy. Like 2 days ago, I was crying that I couldn't finish, and now it's everything here, everything done, everything checked. So everybody will be so happy. Yeah.
Well, it's been a lot of hard work. Thank you both, Maria. You've been a wonderful model for us this evening. Those designs will all be on the runway about 7 o'clock this evening, so the auditorium here will be filling up. And if you do want to come along to the University of West London and see everything they've got here, it's not just fashion. There's music, there's drama, there's art, there is IT, there's everything going on. They have an open house this weekend, and that will be from 12 until 3. Thank you, Vanessa. Well, as you can probably see, the auditorium here is filling up. The catwalk just behind us, the models and the designers getting quite nervous backstage, as for the first time they will be showcasing 3 years of really hard work here. It's not just fashion going on over this whole week here at the University of West London. It's music, it's art, all the creative industries, IT as well, everything going on. But they've had a visiting lecturer who's pretty renowned in the fashion world, Ronit Zilkha. She joins me now. Thank you very much for being with us. You've been in this situation many times. Yes. How will they be feeling now?
Oh, they're very nervous. They're very nervous. They're very anxious. We had a few tears. We calmed everybody down, but they're really ready to go, and they're so excited. It's fantastic.
Now, you've been a visiting professor here at the university for the past year. Tell us what you've been up to in that time.
Well, what I wanted to do is I wanted to bring something new and not something that obviously they have in their education already. And I wanted to show them how their education relates to the industry out there, and to prepare them, to actually really prepare them, so when they get out, they can get a job or they can get an internship and they can actually work in the industry. I worked every stage of their way up, and just to get to this, basically. I mean, I helped them to just get to this and solve any problems and anything that they stumbled across on their way.
So was it lecturing, or was it also sort of practical, hands-on sewing advice?
It was really everything. It started with lecturing and just showing them exactly how to start. I mean, a lot of them, from the starting point of inspiration, it was a big thing for them. It's like how to get inspired, what to get. They all thought it's so difficult, and they all look too hard to get inspired. So inspiration is everywhere around us. And I just wanted them to open their eyes and go and find. And that's what we did. And we went and we found inspiration. And then afterwards, as it got along, they start making the garments and designing the garments and making the garments. And we went along and we solved every single problem. And I actually showed them how to do the process, and then think about the process as well, to like, who are you designing for? What are you designing? And develop some business skills with them. Develop some, how do you open your own website? How do you get your domain? How do you open your company? How do you start up? Or maybe when you work with a company, how do you do your CV and your branding, which is really important. So really we covered everything, every single thing that we think that they need to get, to go out there, to venture out, and they need as a kind of like a global education.
Of course, most of them will want to be fashion designers, but I suppose you have to prepare them for the fact that that may not happen. There are so many other opportunities in this huge industry.
Yes, that's what I did. And I remember the first lecture I've had, I gave them the bad news, and not all of them will end up designers. But I think they need to work on it. They need to be motivated. I didn't want to stop their creativity. The most important thing for me was that the creativity will flow. I didn't want to stop it because that's what gives them the motivation. But what I wanted as well for them to develop other skills. So then they can go into the industry prepared, and they can go with other skills, not just designing. And most of them are. They're fantastic pattern cutter, they can sew, they can illustrate. They've got so many other skills that they can actually do if they can't venture and do just fashion design. And that's what we were trying to do.
So you've been impressed with the year so far?
Yeah, so far really, really good. Now the next stage is really just to put a bit of business skills into them, which will be like the last hurdle, and then just get them ready to go. And I'm pushing them as much as I can from day one. You know, my advice is don't sit at home. You know, after your show, you just get out there and you get a job. You don't stop. You just have to go. Because the new generation, everything is coming so forward now, and there's so many young people, and the new generation is amazing. It's fantastic in everything, not just fashion, in music, in fashion, in technology. And I said to them, they're all coming behind you, so you need to go.
I think we all feel a bit like that. Ronit, Zilkha, thank you so much for speaking to us tonight. I think they are all ready to go here tonight. Lots of nervous but excited energy as the catwalk prepares to get going at 7 o'clock. And if you do want to come and check out everything that's going on as part of the summer showcase, they're having an open house this weekend, this Saturday, and that'll be on from 12 until 3.